Hi, are you planning to deploy Deepseek on Amazon EKS with an optimal architecture? Yes, we are going to deploy Deepseek VLLM on Amazon EKS auto mode using GPU and inferential instances. Let's get started.
In this module, we will learn how to build container image for Gradio UI. Let's get started.
So this is the Terraform output for the Gradio UI. I have already set this. Let me check whether this variable is already set or not. So this variable is already set, okay, to the Gradio UI repo. Okay. So I can run this command to login. I've already run the login command earlier, so I can skip this for now. Okay. Now to build the chatbot UI, there is a Docker file already. I need to clone this. I've already cloned this. So let me go to this path and show you the Docker file and how to build it. Okay. So this is the folder where I did the git clone and I went to this folder. You see there's a Docker file. So this is the one which is building a simple Python application for the Gradio app. So you see it's based on Python, and this is the simple app.py which is there in this file, okay, in this directory. So now I'm building docker build -t. So this is the name I'm using for this. So let me go ahead and build it. So the image is built locally. So this is the Gradio-UI ECR repo. So the size is not that big, 181 MB, very small as well comparatively.
In this module, we will learn how to chat with Deepseek VLLM using Gradio UI. Let's get started.
In this module, we will deploy the Gradio chatbot UI. Okay, and instead of running a curl command on the terminal, we will run the same request using a UI. Okay, so let's go to this folder and deploy the resources. So inside this folder, you will see these files, okay, deployment.yaml and ingress class YAML. Let us look at the definition of this YAML files once. So in the Gradio folder, this is a deployment. So the deployment basically is using one replica, and these are the two endpoints. Okay, so Deepseek-GPU-VLLM. Okay, we need to change the service names because these names are not same as what we deployed. Let us look at the service names in our Deepseek namespace. So if you see, there are two service names, Deepseek-VLLM-GPU. So I'll just copy these service names and I'll paste it. So basically we are making a call to these services which are basically hosting the Deepseek models, one on the GPU, one on the Neuron. Okay. So now this is the resource configuration. This is service and cluster IP service. Okay, there is a secret also that we have configured. There is one temporary password, I mean some random password, and this is the ingress object. Okay, so if you see, this is the ingress object, internet facing. It should launch an ALB, and this is the name of the service. Okay, this is the ingress class. Okay, the ingress class parameters are like this: internet facing. And important thing we need to keep in mind is the controller name is this. Okay, for the normal AWS LB controller which you deploy in the standard EKS clusters, this controller name is different. Okay, but for EKS auto mode, we have to use this. So this is something we have to keep in mind. Okay, so let me copy these commands and deploy these two resources in the cluster. Okay. Okay, now the deployment and the service and the ingress objects are created. So let me search for the ingress objects in the Deepseek namespace. This should create an ALB, but the ALB will take a while. So let me just copy this URL. So this may take some time while the ALB is getting provisioned. Okay, so it is still not yet ready. So what we will do is we will get the username and password to log into the UI. So let me just copy this command. So This will return the username and password for the Gradio UI. Okay, so basically it is reading the secret and printing the username and password. So while the Gradio UI is coming up, let us understand what Carpenter is doing behind the scene. Okay, so we deployed one pod for the Gradio, and there is a new EC2 machine coming up. Okay, which is coming from the general purpose node pool. Remember, we have two node pools configured as a part of the EKS auto mode. One is a system, another is a general purpose. So the general purpose will take care of all the normal applications, and any accelerated applications like GPU or the inferencing applications based on Neuron. So you can use these custom node pools. So let me also run get node command just to see whether the new node has joined the cluster. So there is one more node joined, and let me see the pods also. Let me see the pods in the Deepseek UI. So the pod is also ready. So this is the Deepseek chatbot pod, and these are the LLM pods. Okay. Now let us refresh the UI and see whether it has come up or not. The Gradio UI is now alive. Now there is username and password. So let us go back to the terminal and copy this. Okay. So we have the admin is a username and this is the password. So let me copy these values. Okay. And go back to the UI. So admin and password. So login is successful. Then you will see one more tab called chatbot. So here you will see two LLM models. One is the Deepseek on GPU, another is a Deepseek on Neuron, right? So let me select the Deepseek on GPU and provide a prompt. Okay, so I'll just run the same prompt. What is Kubernetes, right? So I'll just enter. It is processing. It may take a while. Let us wait for a few minutes till it responds. So here we will see that the DeepSeek is giving the response. Okay, so you will see the response. Okay, now let me change it to the Neuron. Okay, and copy the same prompt. Okay, and enter it and run it. Okay, now this also should take a while before you get the response. So we got the response from the DeepSeek model, so from the Gradio UI. So this is how you can create a very easy to use UI to test all the LLM models. Okay, so let us go back to the instructions. Okay, so if you look at this is the end of the module. So just to summarize what we have done, we have created an auto mode EKS cluster, deployed the custom node pools, and run the Deepseek models on the GPU on the Neuron and tested it with both the Proxy UI and the Grady UI. Okay. So let us delete all the resources before we close the session because it will be charged to your account. So I just run the delete command for the deployment.yaml. Now I'll also run the same command for ingress class as well. Okay. So this is one. And regarding the DeepSeek models also, I'll just go to this folder. Here you will see these two YAML files. One is the service and another is the deployment. So I'll delete both of them. So this should trigger Carpenter to terminate the nodes which it has launched. Okay. So this is for the basically the GPU. Now I'll also go to the Neuron based deployment files. So it's in this folder. So let me delete these two. Deepseek Neuron deploy service. Okay, and let me also close this. If you see the node claim, I'll put a watch on the node claim and I'll also put a watch on the nodes and see the nodes are getting terminated. So all these things should be terminated eventually. So let's give it some time. Okay. With respect to the pods also, let us see whether the pods are deleted or not. I'll put a watch on the pods. So there are no pods basically. So that means Carpenter should start consolidating, and all these pods nodes should be eventually deleted. Okay. I'll just pause for a few seconds. So you see the nodes are into the not ready state. Okay, Carpenter marked there for deletion. Eventually they'll be terminated, saving the cost. So it's very important that we delete all the resources that we don't require to avoid unnecessary cost.